In this lesson, we're going to be writing expressions, equations, and inequalities. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the difference between an expression, an equation, and an inequality. Well, an expression, as we had just done in the last lesson, it includes numbers, and variables and operations. So for example, you could have like 2x plus 3. All right, where an equation, it's going to include, you've got an expression there, and you're going to have an equal sign. All right, so what is an equation? Well, an equation is a mathematical sentence that has an equal sign between two expressions. So let's just put down an equal sign so it could look like, you could have like your 2x plus 3, but maybe you've got equals to 10. And so as long as it's got the equal sign there, it is going to be an equation. So then what is an inequality? Well, an inequality is a mathematical sentence formed by placing either a less than, a greater than or equal to, or less than equal to symbols between them. So you've got, let's just put an inequality sign. Two expressions. And an inequality sign, let's see, that can be greater than, it can be less than, it can be greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. And an example of that might be then you could have 2x plus 3 maybe is greater than 10. All right, example number 1, how do I use the operation symbols? Well, for addition, we've got all these words, and there's more than that. This is just a limited list of words that you could see for using addition. You could have add, you could see sum, increase by, together, more, and, plus, and combined. The one I really want you to like star here is this word sum, because that means an answer to an addition problem. All right, so subtraction, we have subtract, we have difference, decreased by, minus, and taken away. And the word that you're going to see a lot when it's referring to the answer to a subtraction problem would be the difference. So for multiplication, we have multiply, product, times, of, twice. And let's put a star right next to the product because that means that it is the answer to a multiplication problem. And for division, we have divide, quotient, shared, per, and ratio. And again, quotient is the word that we use to talk about an answer for a division problem. All right, so now let's talk about the symbols that you're going to see that make something either an equation or an inequality. So the first one is our equal sign. And you could see equals, same as, balanced, and is are words that you could use to describe that. Where we have less than, less than, below, fewer than, less than or equal to, no more than, does not exceed, at most, and then maximum could be words that you'd use to describe that less than or equal to. We have the greater than symbol, and that can be used to describe more than or exceeds. And then the greater than or equal to, other words might be at least or minimum. All right, so example 2, how do I write expressions, equations, and inequalities? Write these expressions, equations, and inequalities. All right, so for the first one, we have the difference of 9 and a number n. What I like to do, especially when I see these words, the difference, the product, the quotient, and the sum, is I like to go and I like to just kind of underline this word right here because it's not placed where it's being said in your sentence. So it says the difference of 9 and then I go look for that word and that's where I'm going to place this subtraction sign because we know difference means subtract or an answer to a subtraction problem. So I'm going to have 9 minus n. For number 2, I have the sum of a number and 3 divided by 2. All right, so sum we know is the answer to an addition problem. So let's go ahead and it's going to be placed though right over here where you see that word and. So we're going to use let's just use the letter n for number because we don't know what that number is. And then we know we're going to have plus and 3. Now, because we got the sum, it means we've got the answer, and that means that answer is divided by 2. And so, of course, you could put the parentheses around there and then divide it by 2. But the better way of writing this in algebra would be to write it as a fraction. And so the sum of the number and 3 on the top and then divided by 2 would be written like this. So the square of a number m. All right, so we're going to use m. And remember we said square means to the second power. Now we have product of 7 and a number y is no more than 31. All right, so we have the product. So again, I'm just going to take this. I know that that's an answer to a multiplication problem. And that's going to be placed over here where I have that word and. So I'm going to have 7 times the number y. So now let's think about the words no more than. All right, so if the answer is no more than 31, can it be 31? Yes. It cannot be more than 31, but can it be less than 31? Yeah, and so that's where you get that less than or equal to 31. And this is confusing at first, and we'll take a lot of time this year practicing that. All right, the quotient of a number w and 5 is at least 4. So quotient, remember, means to divide, and we're going to look for that word and. So let's start right there. So the number w, so we're going to have the w, and remember in algebra it's always best to write your division problem as a fraction like this. And so w divided by 5 is at least, so at least, can it be 4? Yep. Can it be more than 4? No. Can it be equal to 4? So at least 4. It can be greater than or equal to than 4. And our last one here, it says that we have the product of 8 and the quantity of the number y plus 6 is less than 21. Oh, there's a lot there. All right, let's start with our product. Product we know is multiply. So I'm going to come over here. So 8 times, and I'm going to use parentheses here, the quantity of a number y plus 6. All right, so in order to get the quantity of the number y and 6, it's almost like saying the sum of the number y and 6 is less than 21. All right, in this next example, we're going to look at how to check whether a number is a solution to our equation or inequality. And so what we're doing is we're taking this 8, we're saying that 8 is x. And so we're checking to see, does 8, is it a solution to 3x minus 7? Is that equal to 12? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the number 8, and we're taking 3 times, we're saying x is 8, minus 7, and is that equal to 12? All right, so 3 times 8 we know is 24. And then 24 minus 7 is equal to 17. So because 17 is not equal to 12, we're going to say, no, this is not a solution. All right, so we have 9 plus 2x is less than or equal to 23, and we're looking to see, is this number right here the solution? So we're going to plug that in where we see the variable x. So we have 9 plus 2 times 3, and is that less than or equal to 23? All right, so 9 plus, all right, 2 times 3 is 6. Is that less than or equal to 23? Well, we know 9 plus 6 is equal to 15. And now you've got to ask yourself, well, is 15 less than or equal to? It's not equal to, but it is less than. So because it's less than, it's going to be a yes. All right, let's do a few more of these. So we're saying that we're going to check to see, is 4 a solution to this right here, this equation right here? So do we have 13 plus 4? Is that equal to 17? 13 plus 4 is 17. And because it is, yes, this is a solution. All right, number 2, we have 21 minus 3d is greater than or equal to 11. And we're just checking to see, is this a solution? So we're just going to plug it in. So we'll take 21 minus 3 times 2. Is that greater than or equal to 11? All right, so 21 minus 6 greater than or equal to 11. Well, 21 minus 6 is 15. And is 15 greater than or equal to 11? Yeah, it's not equal to it, but it's greater than. So that's going to be a yes. All right, so now let's take a look at number 3. We have 7b minus 3 is equal to 10 and is 2 a solution. So 7 times 2 minus 3 equal to 10. All right, so 14 minus 3, and 14 minus 3 is equal to 11. And well, that's not equal to 10, so that is going to be a no. All right, 4c is less than 15, so let's plug in the 3. Is 4 times 3 less than 15? Well, 4 times 3 is 12, and 12 is less than 15. And so because 12 is less than 15, yes, this is going to be a solution. All right, we've got 2 more. 4g plus 6 is less than or equal to 14. So let's plug in our 2. So 4 times 2 plus 6 is less than or equal to 14. Well, 8 plus 6. And we know that 8 plus 6 is 14. Now is it less than or equal to 14? Now because it's not less than that, but because we've got that equal sign there, it is equal to it. So because it fulfills one of those, the equal to part, we're going to say yes. If we did not have that equal sign underneath there, then we would say no, it's not a solution. All right, and for our last one here, we have m plus 8 is less than 15, and so we're checking to see, is 7 a solution? So 7 plus 8 is less than 15. Well, 7 plus 8 is 15, but because it's not less than 15, 15 is not less than 15, we are going to say it's no. Now, just like the other one, if we had had an equal sign underneath it, well, then we could say yes, it would be a solution.